Never thought I'd be this obsessed with stickers as a grown man, but that's hot on the fingertips. It's so hot on the fingertips. This fiasco right here is going to take this from being a regular, good old-fashioned sticker board to a awesome highlight of our RV. Hi guys, and welcome to today's task. For today's task, we are doing something that my wife and I have kind of been brewing up for a while now. While we've been traveling for a long time and have been to a lot of different destinations, as you can tell from our sticker map, while we are there, we've picked up hundreds of cool stickers. Like this one. This is a great sticker, and I want to put it somewhere, but I don't want to put it here. One, because it takes away from this, and two, because this one can go the way of the wind for all I care. I'm not that attached to it. But these ones I've grown fond of, and the hundreds we have like them, I've grown fond of them, and I want to keep them, but I want to display them, and that creates a problem. If I was to decide tomorrow to put them on the back of the RV, when I sell the RV, they're gonna go with it. There's no way to pull them off. It's impossible. They're good stickers. That's one of our qualifications for buying them, is they have to be a good quality sticker. After a lot of thought, we decided we're going to put our stickers here. I'm going to put a piece of plexiglass here that I can put the stickers on, so when we're done, if I want to, I can take the plexiglass off and bring the stickers with me. They don't go with the RV. But not only are we going to put a piece of plexiglass on the RV, we're going to make it friggin' sweet. One of the first things I want to do is make sure the surface is clear of any debris, and I have this ugly Lippert part sticker. We got to get rid of this guy. Now, there are a few tricks to getting rid of stickers. Heat works the best. One of the best ways to get stickers off is to grab a hairdryer and put heat to it. That's hot on the fingertips. It's so hot on the fingertips. Sticker gone. Now, there is a little bit of debris. We'll use a little bit of cleaner to get that off, and there's a little bit of tack still on this, but if you were to have just ripped the sticker clean off without applying any heat to it, it would separate. You'd end up with the paper and the sticky residue on this and just the top half of the sticker. So applying heat really helps separate it. Now I'm going to put a little bit of cleaner on there. You can use acetone. You just have to be careful of what you're putting on, because this is a plastic surface, so we don't want to put anything on that can warp this surface. Feels good. Since the piece of plexiglass we're putting up here is clear, I want to make sure this is clean so that I'm not seeing that dirty kind of, these little pieces or whatnot that are dirty behind it. I want it to look as good as possible once we put it on, because nothing should be able to touch it when we're done. Here's the piece that I got. I got it to be fairly big because I want to cover as much of this surface as possible. What we do have to do is drill holes in this piece of plexiglass. My worry is that if I use something like a command strip, which would hold it in place, if the sun is beating down on this when it's down or even up, those command strips could fail with how much sun exposure this gets. So I think we definitely need to use a screw of some kind to bond it. But you have to be careful screwing into plexiglass. It can fracture or crack or break really easy. So we got to just be really cautious drilling through it. Use sharp bits and go slow. One of the things I want to do is make sure I'm drilling my holes at the exact same spot for all 4 screws. I feel like if I stay closer to the edge, it may be prone to chipping out. So I went back 1 inch by 1 inch on both, and I think that should be okay. I may end up putting screws down the middle of it as well, not just in the corners. I'm gonna start with this bit because it's small and because it's never been used. It's fresh and got a good edge on it. So I think that will help drilling so much. Wow. The holes we've drilled, I definitely need to go just a little bit bigger, because I don't want the screw to actually be binding to this. I want the head of the screw to sit on this, not the threads of the screw. These are the screws that we're going to use to hold it in, so they slide through really well. It's the head of the screw holding the plexiglass, not the threads, which is what I want. This fiasco right here is going to take this from being a regular, good old-fashioned sticker board to a awesome highlight of our RV. I went on Amazon and found some LED strips, and I found some LED strips that not only light up really well and are very malleable, something I can tape to the edge of this, but the other side is they're programmable, so I can actually change them. I can have them be, I don't know, themed if we want. So I know I'm going to end my cord over here, but I'm also going to start it over here. We're going to go down, along, and around, and back down. And I know I have longer of this than is needed. This light is actually cuttable. They say they're not, but I've watched countless people cut them and they work just fine. There's just certain spots you want to make sure you're cutting them on if you're going to. If you're going to cut on any spot of these lights, it needs to be on these copper ribbons right here. You don't want to cut on these soldered portions. For some reason, when you cut here, you'll lose a couple of diodes back this way. So cut on the copper diodes and they seem to work just fine. It'll actually go, if you cut here, it'll go all the way to this section right there. With that in mind, what we have to do is measure from this point, because that's where we absolutely have to touch base at. Now, if we're lucky, this will actually land. Oh my gosh, look at that. That lands perfectly on that copper diode. So we are absolutely going to cut it right there. This is definitely the point of no return on this. Now with our line cut, we're going to test it just to make sure it still works. Now that we've cut them and tested them, they do actually work. And one of the notes somebody online said that the app features don't work, but I'm able to use all of the app features and adjust all of the lighting. I'm able to set up scenes and share scenes. So honestly, it doesn't recommend you cut them, but I think you're okay to cut them. You just have to be on those copper strips like I showed. Now we actually need to bond them on this, and the plexiglass comes with this kind of coating on both sides, which is really nice because it makes it a clean surface already. We don't have to clean it or prep it, even though they come with a prep kit in the lights. So we're going to peel this guy back. That is so satisfying. One thing I'm going to really limit myself on is touching this back area, because I don't want to try and have to clean it before we put it up there, because I don't want to in any way have the cleaner mess up the attachment of the lights. So limit your touching on this back side. So I'm going to start at this far corner as tight as I can. I think I'm going to come on the edge there as close as possible. I'm only going to peel what I'm going to lay down right now so that it doesn't stick to itself. Wow, that you can feel how good of a bond that is. That's awesome. Okay, here's the hard part. You're going to have to fold these corners. So what you do is turn it, make a 90, and set it just like that. Okay. Because I know I'm going to be making a fold there, I don't want to stick it down just yet to the very end, so I'm going to kind of hold it off, stick this, and then work my way back this way. There we go. Now we're going to make our turn again, folding. Same thing again, we're not going to touch it all the way to the end so that we can flex that kind of 90-degree turn. This one's going to be a little more difficult because this diode is right where I actually want this light to be. So this one may have to sit inside just a little bit. And we can straighten that out just as we go. Same process. Only peel off what you're going to lay down immediately. kind of stuck. I'm really impressed at how well this is bonding, and maybe it's because both surfaces are very clean and dust-free. There we go. We're done with this side of the plexiglass, so I'm going to actually flip it over now and start working on this other side. I don't want to take all of this coating off because I like the protection that it's giving. It keeps it clean. It's going to make it a lot easier, but I do need to access a small amount of it where each hole is. So I want to just kind of try and shave off just a little bit around the holes of the screws, and then I can take all the rest off later. There's one. The reason I'm taking this off now is because when I put the screw and the washer on there, it will hold on to this paper, and I don't want to take that all off and have a little line of paper around that. So we're just going to clear them off so that we can actually adhere this to the truck or to the trailer now, and then I can work the rest of this off. Are you sitting on that line?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sitting on mine and here. Okay, now I'm just going to make some pilot holes. Yep.
Where's your camera? What? That's for sticker.
That's good, right there. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to pilot drill these bottom three. I do have a really good method to the madness here and how I'm pinching the screw on the plexiglass. It's really a brittle stuff, and so if I was to put the pressure of just the screw and the washer head right on the plastic, I worry it could crack and break. I wanted it to be able to take the bouncing of the road and not fracture. So what I did is I put a screw with a washer with a rubber washer, and then behind it I have another rubber washer. That gives it a little bit of shock absorbing while it's going down the road. Also, what it did was hold that plexiglass off there just a little bit so I wasn't smashing the lights. All right, now the fun part. We got to actually peel this all the way off. That looks so cool. One of the last steps we want to take care of is where to put the power button on this. It needs to be accessible, so if it needs to be turned on and off, and I kind of feel like if I can tie it up right there, that might be okay. I think if I put it right here on the inside of the door, that's going to feel good. It's going to allow me some slack to open and close this, and I can pin this guy back to really kind of hold that slack. I need enough for this to open and close freely and not cause any problems. It comes with its own bonding strip as well. 90% of getting a sticker or any kind of adhesion to work is prep work. So I'm going to grab my cleaner. And some people think, well, why are you using brake cleaner? Well, brake cleaner is a great cleaner to have for everything, but it really does cut down on grease. And because this is next to the cooking area, we get a little bit of grease in here. So this is a great cleaning product. And it dries fast. This stuff dries really, really fast and doesn't leave residue. So using it as a cleaner for prepping bonding areas is a great idea. That guy is not coming off. I've actually got some special strips that we can use to pull that guy back there and get rid of that slack. And it comes with plenty of length to run behind this mini fridge. I was able to grab a few of these guys, and they stick to the surface, and then you have a little area for your zip tie to go through. You can even screw them to it if you want to, but we're not going to. And then it can take all of the slack of your wire and kind of tie it up really nice. The process is the same regardless though. You clean the surface that you're bonding to. There you go. That one looks pretty good. Put one more just a little lower. Prep our surface. Right there. Okay. Nice and clean. Now we can actually leave that guy there. And if I really want to, I can put one more there, which I think I just might, just to kind of stabilize that guy. Okay. Wow. I feel like that looks pretty clean. I have enough slack here for the door to open and close with our connections nice and tidy all the way across the RV. I think we are ready to actually start bonding some stickers to this guy. Because our plastic is nice and clean, I am good to start putting stickers right to this. We don't have to re-clean it. Later on, as we've gotten new stickers, I am going to have to try and clean the surface where I'm going to put new stickers because dust will adhere to it. But right now it's perfect and we're good to go. One of the first ones going on is our vents. All of us have a Vents hat. We love their gear. So number one on. That's pretty cool. And I don't care if they go on sideways. They don't have to be like this perfect thing. I actually want this thing to be covered. I just want to be able to see them and use them. Next is this guy, the Arctic. Bonnie bought me an Arctic cooler. So when you're putting your stickers on, try to start in a corner and work your way back so that you don't get any bubbles on it. Oh baby, that's so cool. How fun is that? I'd never thought I'd be this obsessed with stickers as a grown man, but I think it's something that the kids bring out in me. You guys, this has been an awesome task, and I'm really excited that we have a fun place to put all of our stickers. I'm excited to have it light up and to just feel a little more festive in our cooking area where we spend so much time already. What I love about this is that it's changing the scenes. You can customize it in the app. No, these guys did not sponsor this video, but I will link this exact light series in the description down below because it does work so well. It is user-friendly and it is so cost-effective. It is so cheap to use. So if you want to build one and you have an idea for one, leave a comment in the description. And if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up and we'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.